shopping, working, and relaxing online can attract various digital threats. To improve your protection against them, just turn on NordVPN. This cybersecurity app will block web trackers and malware-infected sites. It will also encrypt your internet traffic without losing a smooth connection. Get NordVPN now. NordVPN, cybersecurity built for every day.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm pleased to be joined by Club Captain Jonathan Hogg. We'll start with Louis Reynolds from BBC Radio Leeds.
Thank you, Jonathan. Good to see you ahead of what will be a special occasion for you. Talk us through this decision and how we got to this point.
You can see it's been coming for the last 6 months or so. I know I haven't played as much football as I knew I was going to this as I would like to have this year, but it's I think it's part and parcel of the game. You know, all good things come to an end, and Saturday will be a special moment, like you've said, and could get quite emotional on Saturday for me.
I guess the next question is, what does the future hold for you? I know for the club, you know, there isn't a sporting director or head coach at the moment. They might turn around and say they want you to stay. Would there be any scope of that?
It's quite possible. It is possible. That's something I'll be open to. Yeah, I would like to stay another year and help develop the younger lads and try and improve them and drive standards and stuff like that. So that's an option. I think there's other options out there in terms of doing stuff for the club and trying to get this club where it belongs and try and get the good old days back again.
I'm going to assume that you've made those feelings in terms of wanting to stay and that door being open clear to those and the powers that be.
Well, I've had chats with people, but there's still going to be a lot of change. Like you said, there's no managers, no sporting director, so it's a bit open at the minute. So when they're in power and then people are through the doors and there's decisions to be made.
Take us back to when you first came to the club. Did you ever envisage you'd be sat here 400 plus appearances later?
Probably not. No, it doesn't happen often in today's game. But I've loved every minute of it, and it's something that I'm very proud of to be at this club for such a long time. Some of the great moments in this club's history I've been part of, and it's something that I'm proud of.
There's probably some obvious ones, but just talk us through some of those highlights.
Well, the most obvious ones, would be the Wembley playoff game. Was special for everyone involved, especially all the fans, everyone at the club, all the players who were involved at that time. But even when we stayed in the Premier League, Chelsea away stands out for me. Underdogs last 3 games, I think we had City, Man City away, Chelsea away and Arsenal away, and we needed another little miracle that we produced to stay in the league, and small bits like that stay in memories for a long time.
Yeah. When you look back and when you get to this decision and the decision you've made, Jonathan, have you allowed yourself that time to reflect on some of those memories, or will that be something over the summer you'll do?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a good couple of weeks once the season's finished. And I probably will sit down. I'll be relaxed a bit more. Then I will probably look back on it a lot more than when you're in the moment and when you're in the circle. It doesn't really hit home until you step away and take yourself away from the game a bit. And I think that's when it will. I'll have a good think about the achievements that I've made.
I know there's so many names to mention in terms of your time here, but if you look back at the managers and head coaches, who stands out for you, who you worked under?
The obvious one would be David Wagner. He was fantastic man manager, fantastic coach. He got this club going, and it was down to him for the success that we had. And obviously signings he made and the culture that he created was fantastic. Everyone was a part of it. Obviously Carlos Cobron was another top class coach. You can see what he's doing now in the game, and it doesn't surprise me because his work ethic was something special, and his love and passion for the game is for everyone to see.
I guess a similar question to the teammates that have stood out for you over the years.
Yeah, I've had some top teammates. The easiest ones that pop in my head will be Aaron Moy, because I've played in midfield with him. he was a joke to play with, to be honest. And even like it was like me, him, and Phil Billing in midfield that year. That when we done really well. So it was for them two. Like Phil's playing in Napoli now, doing fantastic, and obviously Moisey's retired. But you just look at it, the career that he had was fantastic. Schindler, Tommy Smith was fantastic when he was here. We've had so many good players. Naki Wells was my roomie, so I could go on and on. I've had so many players come and go.
I know obviously you've still got a decision to make. We've talked about like what the future will hold, but if you were to say today, that's it now, after Saturday, would you be happy with what you've achieved across your career and not just here at Huddersfield Town?
Yeah, 100%. I could. I think there's one thing that I said to me missus that if there's one thing that I look back upon and with no regret is every time I put the shirt on, I give 110%, and no one can doubt that. Maybe the quality wasn't there, maybe sometimes bits and bobs wasn't happening, but I'd always give 110%, and the fans appreciate that.
I guess from the positives, and there might be a couple of examples that are very recent, and any regrets for your time at Huddersfield Town?
Yeah, try not to think about them too much, to be honest. The biggest one was getting relegated. Never been relegated in my life apart from the Premier League one, so that was hard. That did hurt a lot, and it still does, to be honest. But that's probably one regret. Leaving now would be leaving the club in a worse position when I first signed.
And you've been here through the highs, like you said. What do you feel the club needs to do to get back to those good times?
I think there's a bit of work to be done, to be honest. I think everyone involved knows that. It's not hard to see that. The foundations are there, we just need to start building. It does start from in what people don't see, like recruitment, and obviously getting a good sporting director and a good manager through the door next would be the next big thing for the club, and hopefully then they can get the ball rolling and start building things and building that culture that we were successful with.
And if we look at tomorrow, and I know the last few weeks have been disappointed, but if you can sign off with a win, I know how much that will mean to you.
Oh yeah, it'd be great. It would be good. Leyton Orient have got something to play for, so they're gonna be at it. It's not going to be a friendly game. Do you know what I mean? So we need to be ready. We've trained well all week. Let's just see what tomorrow brings.
And I'm sure you'll get a reception from the supporters. Just how much have they meant to you over your time at Huddersfield Town?
I hope so. I do hope so. It's been a massive part of my life, and so have the fans. You know, since I've been signed here, they've been great. And some of the message that I got when the announcement came out were quite touching, to be honest.
Top man. All the best for everything.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Cheers, Lloyd. Welcome to Stephen Chicken from the Terriers.
Hi, Jonathan. Good to see you. Yeah, you touched it there. I mean, I presume the club have made that announcement so the fans know that this is sort of goodbye. Are you glad to have the opportunity? You know, a lot of players, you don't know when they're going to be leaving, when they're going to retire, whatever it might be, when they leave a club after a long tenure. Are you glad to get the opportunity to go out there in front of the fans and say a proper goodbye to them?
I am. I'm glad. It's a nice touch from the club, to be honest. There's other lads in similar positions, obviously not being here as long as gone through the roller coaster I have with the club, but there's other lads that still don't know what's going on, so it could be their last game too. So we need to make the most of tomorrow, make sure we give everything we've got, put performance in, try and get a result, and give the fans something to clap. You know what I mean?
You've been the last player from the David Wagner era for quite a while now. I think, you know, people would have understood if you had left after, you know, if you'd felt you needed a new challenge after went back down to the Championship. What was it that sort of has always kept you here all the way down to League One?
I just think I'm quite a loyal person. I did have an option once or twice to leave. I just didn't think it was right for me. I love this club. That's the main part of it. I was happy here. And I've been on some journeys that are going to stick with me for a lifetime, so I didn't feel it was a need to change.
Yeah.
This club plays a massive part in my life, and I like to think I paid it back.
You talked about a lot of the managers you enjoyed working under. You know, when I was writing about you the other day, I went back and looked at basically every manager you've worked under has had nothing but good things to say about you, your work ethic, the way that you comport yourself in training. Is that part of the culture that the club needs more of? Does the club need a little bit more? I know it's hard for you to say, but a bit more Jonathan Hogg about it, perhaps?
Yeah, I think people don't lie, do they? Like, when you ask them a question about myself, they'll probably all say that he's hard-working, good leader, honest, stuff like that. And I think that's what the club need to pull more of them people in our direction. The more good guys and the more people you've got willing to fight and go to war every week and all pull in the same direction, you're going to get further. I think that's maybe we've missed it a bit this season. It takes more than one. You don't need one or two. You need 5 or 6, 7.
Yeah.
Then the other 3 or 4 drag along with you. You know what I mean? So it's maybe one thing we've missed this year.
All the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers, Steve. We'll come to Leon Wobshaw from the Yorkshire Post next.
Hi, Jonathan. Always good to speak to you. I mean, it's a tough moment for you, but I suppose some of the experiences earlier in the career give you perspective. I mean, I know you were at Middlesbrough when you left there when you were a kid, and you got some bad injuries when you were at Villa as well. They were really tough moments, and things were in the balance.
Yeah, you know, that's football, innit? It's a crazy game. It's we're not all Manchester City, Barcelona, all them top clubs who just seem to ride a wave every season. We're Huddersfield Town, and we know what we are. We know there's going to be ups and downs, and we need to bounce back from this situation that the club's in and get the club back where it belongs. And certainly not in the Championship, certainly not in League One. We need to be Championship and pushing for Premier League football again.
It must have massively hurt you what's happened this year. I mean, it's what nobody envisaged, and tough for you, someone with a deep love at the club, to see how it sort of unravelled a little bit.
It has. It's been hard season. To be honest, we shouldn't really be in this position with the squad that we've got. I think we've failed this year, to be honest. Everyone can see the squad's there, but injuries have absolutely killed us. I know it's easy to say, but we've just never had any consistency, and that's in League One. That's what you need.
It's like the club's lost its mojo a little bit, hasn't it? That sort of special thing, and you need to rediscover that somewhere.
Yeah, you do. You need an identity, 100%. You need a mentality where everyone's on the same page, and there's been a lot of change, and when change comes, injuries happen, and people are in and out, and there's never any consistency.
Your drives, I know you spoke about playing on, and as long as your drive's still there, I mean, I guess it's still there, even though your numbers this season, you still made sort of, nearly 40 appearances. I know a few substitutions appearances, but it stacks up pretty well, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm still fit and healthy. I'm still able to play, you know what I mean? And I'll show everyone again tomorrow. So it's something I'm looking forward to getting out there tomorrow and showing everyone that.
Yeah.
Just that pride and that love for this club and is still there.
Yeah, but you will. I mean, ultimately, if you have to play for someone else, that'll be it. You're willing to sort of to do that the next part of your journey potentially.
Yeah, hopefully the club have found some players to sign over the summer. Once they get the new manager and the new sporting director in charge, then it's down to them to recruit the right people and build that culture again.
I mean, you probably look for inspiration. There's people like Billy Sharp's nearly 40, James Coppinger, he's a Middlesbrough lad. He sort of played till he was 40. Jonathan Howson at Middlesbrough. I mean, there's a lot of players who do carry on into the, late 30s, even 40 now, isn't it? But do all the right things, which you've always done.
Yeah, it's look at Ronaldo. He's still playing now at 40, but ages, numbers. Just an age, in it, and I think as long as you feel fit and healthy and you still think you can do it, why not? And I still feel able. I'm still enjoying it, so we'll see what happens. I'm not going to close any doors. I'm not going to say I'm retired, because I'm not. And if there's an opportunity and I fancy it, then I might go for it. But it is what it is. I'm going to sit down over the summer and have a good think and see where I go from there.
You probably can't envisage a time when you're in the summer and you're not pounding up the Eston Hills, or you're getting on a bike somewhere. I suppose that's been part of you for a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah, I'll have a good think when I'm fishing.
And yeah, I mean, you mentioned about nearly going. Was that was the time at Burnley, wasn't it? How close did you sort of get to sort of leaving, or was it ever?
Quite close, to be honest. It was quite close. When Sean Dyche was at Burnley, I was quite close with Sean.
Yeah.
Obviously, we got relegated and stuff happened. I spoke to Dean about it, and in the end, we decided it wasn't the right thing to do, so we didn't do it. Simple as that.
Yeah. And does it feel a little bit sort of goodbye, but not farewell, sort of thing? You know, you've got another chapter somewhere at Huddersfield, whether it's further down the line, coach, something like that.
I do hope so. I do hope so, because like everyone knows, and I keep saying that the love for this club is massive, and I do want to. It wouldn't make me any more prouder to get the club back up in the leagues. You know what I mean, and see the town thrive again, and the fans getting on board, and just building that culture that we had before was massive, and it was unbelievable to be involved in, and I'd love everyone to get back to that again.
Have you thought about the next step post playing? I mean, you're obviously big in your fitness. You probably have something to contribute there, sort of coaching wise, something like that. Or?
I haven't really thought about it, to be honest. It did come, I wouldn't say a bit of a shock, but when I got told that I wasn't going to be here next year, then
yeah,
I did think I was going to try and do another year, then have a good think about it over there and do maybe a bit of coaching and help the younger lads and try and develop them and stuff like that. But I'm going to sit down and hopefully have a chat with the owner next week, and he sent me a lovely message, which was really nice of him. So we're going to have a chat next week and see where it lies.
I'm just going to ask you finally. I mean, it's been tough this season, but the sort of moments you've had of the good have massively outweighed the disappointing times. I mean, it's been incredible, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, it has. These 12 years, I wouldn't change any of it apart from last year getting relegated. But yeah, that would be the only part that I'd change.
And the special day tomorrow. I mean, I know you're a family man, and I'm sure you'll have a lot of family and friends down to. I mean, it's for them as well, isn't it?
Yeah. It's the requests for tickets have been through the roof, but I'm just looking forward to walking out, if it is my last time with my kids, to be honest.
You've been a magnificent servant, Jonathan, and I hope you have a wonderful day. All the best.
Cheers.
Thank you very much, everybody. We'll speak to you shortly with interim head coach John Worthington.
Yeah, thank you.
Shopping, working, and relaxing online can attract various digital threats. To improve your protection against them, just turn on NordVPN. This cybersecurity app will block web trackers and malware-infected sites. It will also encrypt your internet traffic without losing a smooth connection. Get NordVPN now. NordVPN, cybersecurity built for every day. shopping, working, and relaxing online can attract various digital threats. To improve your protection against them, just turn on NordVPN. This cybersecurity app will block web trackers and malware-infected sites. It will also encrypt your internet traffic without losing a smooth connection. Get NordVPN now. NordVPN, cybersecurity built for every day.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm pleased to be joined by interim head coach John Worthington. We'll start again with Louis Reynolds from BBC Radio Leeds.
Thank you, John. Good to see you again. We've just been chatting to Jonathan Hogg ahead of tomorrow. Can you sum up his service to the club in his time here?
Yeah, I think it's difficult to put words to it, but absolute legend, fantastic guy as well, and character, and I think to have that longevity at a club, I generally don't think we'll see many more like that. I think it's unique, and especially with the way the game's going. Got nothing but the utmost respect, the utmost praise for a guy who's had such a fantastic career here.
We were just saying that in terms of like the calibre of player he is, the length of service. It almost feels he's one of those last in that kind of generation of players, doesn't it? It
is, and I've thought about this, and the skill set that he has is almost like gone full circle. What he's got, and as a character, is a super strength now. Yeah. And you see, unfortunately, you see it less and less in the game. But what an absolute credit and what an absolute servant Hoggy's been.
I know there's a lot of ways you could answer this, but what has he given to Huddersfield Town over the last 12 years?
I think he's given everything in every which way on the pitch. Let's not forget, the role he's played on the pitch. From when he first came in as a real driving force in midfield, and his ability as a player. And I think that gets overlooked at times because of as you get towards the end of your career, and it's more talk about the character and the personality that he brings, and that leadership and drive. But I think that the things that I see, the things at the training ground, and his the cultural things, his behaviours and his standards, and how he holds people to account on the training pitch, and that ultimately brings out the best. And I think he's done that throughout his time at the club.
We've just been chatting to him, as I say, and look, with the sporting director, the head coach still up in the air. I asked him, look, if they turned around and decided, actually, we want you to stay in whatever capacity that may be, he told us he's more than open to that. If it was you, John, just solely making the decision, would you like to see him stay here for at least another year?
Listen, I think Jonathan Hogg in whatever capacity around this club, he's a massive asset. So Hoggy, I'm sure we'll have those conversations at some point with the owner and things like that. And I think if there's a role there in some capacity, I'm sure people would be massively open to that, and would be foolish not to.
Do you think, in terms of, and I know we've spoken about the reset in recent weeks, it's the kind of character Huddersfield Town need more of?
100%. And like I said, unfortunately, doesn't seem to be as many of those in the game. So I think those types of characters and personalities are something that are massive, and especially for this league, and especially for this situation, and moving into the summer and for next season, those types of characters are going to be massively important, I feel.
I know you'll be wanting to get the 3 points tomorrow, but obviously with the Jonathan Hogg announcement, does that make it even more imperative that you get them?
100%. The lads in the dressing room have got the utmost respect for Hoggy. So I'm hoping, and I'm sure they will be giving everything they've got, so that he has the right send-off that he ultimately deserves. Ultimately, the players should be doing it for their own personal pride as well, and their families. But I think it is an added touch with from a sentimental point of view for Hoggy as well.
It'll be a competitive game. Obviously, Leyton Orient going for that 6th spot. How do you, as a coach, John? Like we've mentioned, other than the pride and for Hoggy, not much to play for, but Leyton Orient are going to be bang up for it. How do you go about coaching the players in that kind of circumstance?
Yeah, I'd say, you say not much to play for. There's a lot to play for. I think there's loads to play for in terms of pride, personal standards. So there's a lot to play for in my opinion. I think ultimately it's probably it's probably one of a different type of game that we've had all season, because it's probably the first time where a team's come in knowing they're desperate to win and have to win, whereas throughout the season the home games predominantly teams, it's not been the case. It's been us who's been desperate for the win, and teams have almost had to been comfortable to sit back and soak up that pressure. So I think it deems for hopefully an open and exciting game.
And when you talk about almost that pressure switching round, is that a positive for your side?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately there should always be a pressure on to perform, to meet the standards that they can get to, and to win the game, and that won't change.
Just lastly, on tomorrow, how's your squad shaping up? Any fresh injury concerns? Did everyone come to Exeter okay?
There's a few concerns, and the players who hit the squad will be is what we have available, really. So yeah,
I'm going to assume you're not going to share those concerns.
No, not today, no.
Fair enough. Look, I know there's still a game to go, Jonathan, and I know I asked you a similar question a few weeks ago. Have you had any time to reflect on the last few weeks?
Challenging. It's definitely been challenging. Learned a lot about myself, and it's definitely been an experience that like I said, I will sit back and reflect this summer on, and that's all I can do at this moment, really.
I know it's not gone the way you would have liked, but the old saying is, what doesn't kill you make you stronger. Do you think you'll come out better for it despite not achieving the goal this season? Yeah,
absolutely. I think when I came into it, I was asked to help. I tried my best to do that. Unfortunately, things haven't gone the way I would like to, and we all wanted that fairy tale ending absolutely to the season. It's not happened. We have to accept that. There's reasons for that, and reasons that ultimately at times have been out of my control as well. So, but that's all part of it, and we are where we are, and everything now is to be reset for the summer and get back on track for next season.
And that word reset, in a way, are you looking forward to the summer to having a bit of a reset and a bit of time to yourself and with the family?
I'll be ready for a break. I will be. It's been not just with this role, but with the exciting things with the academy as well. It's been a busy period. So yeah, I'm not going to lie. I will be ready for that point.
You mentioned the academy. Just lastly from me, looking back at the Exeter game, Neo on his full debut. How did you look back on that performance, and what do you think the future holds for Neo?
I thought he did really well in the game. I thought he looked comfortable. He's predominantly a right wing back, but also you have to take an opportunity when it comes, and it's need must in terms of the availability we've got with the back line currently. And I felt he took that opportunity, and so I was really pleased with him.
Top stuff. All the best.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers, Lou. Welcome to Stephen Chicken from BBC Radio Leeds.
Hi, John.
We are Terrier, sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Nice great.
One day. John, I want to ask you about the academy. Actually, we've seen almost take for granted now. Like players like Brodie Spencer have come through. Jacob Chapman has come through and done well after joining at a young age. Not to mention Neo. Tommy Pender's been on the bench. Do you feel like? Are you excited? What's next for you at the academy? What's on the agenda? And do you feel confident that there's going to be more on that production line over the next year?
I do. I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited about some of the talent that you've mentioned, and I think what excites me even more is the expansion of the academy from last season. We're going all the way down from local under eights coming all the way through, and that's what's exciting, because it's even more local boys getting an opportunity, hopefully to play for this great club. And I think we've done a lot of work. The infrastructure's in place. We're hoping to get some more exciting news next week on the academy. But ultimately, I think we're in a really strong position. And again, having even more local talent is something that really excites me. And hopefully, we can get that conveyor belt going even more so.
Yeah, because you did have success stories with the Beta. Brodie and Chap as players that joined a bit older. But
yeah.
It is important. I think in the community there was a feeling. I want my lad to be able to go and play for Huddersfield Town. That's important to people.
Yeah, and I think the owners played a massive part in that, because one of his first actions when he came in was he wanted to rebuild the full academy. connect with the community, opportunity for local boys, and he's backed that unbelievably well. And you know, the boys now in the programme and their families and myself and all the staff are so grateful for that. And I, like I said, I think you know, a lot of credit goes to the owner in terms of really driving that, and we've just put that programme in place. Thank you.
Cheers, Steve. We'll come to Leon Wobschall from the Yorkshire Post.
Hiya, Jonathan. Hope you're well, mate. Yeah, I mean, it's been a tough time. I mean, I suppose in some respects, I remember that first season you were here, and that was tough. The club got relegated, then they bounced back next year. So even though it's as tough as it's been, there can be positive things round the corner as that sort of time showed. If the club sort of resets and everything.
Absolutely, and it is, you know, like I said, it's I think it is a reset moment come the summer, and I think it's an opportunity. I think that there'll definitely be lessons learned from this season and what's entailed in this league, and you know, the armoury needed to get out of it and understanding what that is, and I think those will be the lessons learned. Yes, it's. You know, since January, it's been quite a harsh lesson that nobody wanted, but hopefully those are the triggers to put us in a really good position of strength coming out of the summer.
I mean, it's been a big experience for you. I mean, an invaluable one. It's not gone the way you wanted, but it's all part of your sort of learning curve, and it's probably not at the end of your managerial journey yet. You've only just sort of started, really. Haven't you? You've got a lot of things that you want to do and ambitions and things. Yeah,
exactly. But you know, at this moment, for me, it's not about me. You know what I mean? It's about what you know, getting the club in the best position come the summer and moving forward. Yes, on a personal note, I'll sit back and reflect, and you know, about things that have happened in this period, and like I said, I'll definitely be stronger and a better person for it.
The club have just got to lick the wounds for a few weeks, and then go again relatively quickly because it's going to be a massive off season, isn't it?
They do, and that's what it is. And like I said, I think we're fortunate we've got an owner to back that and drive that, and you know, I'm sure that'll be be full steam ahead going into the summer.
You just mentioned about Hoggy. I mean, he's one of those. There's not that many of them left, like you say, but he's sort of old school and he's sort of new school as well. He's obviously adapted to the modern ways, but he's still got that old school legend. There's still plenty of room for those types, isn't there? I mean, obviously, young players especially, can learn so much from him.
Absolutely, I think it's massive, and you know, he's a role model. He's a you know, that type of character is definitely you know, when I speak to the academy players, that's the type of role model you want, and that's what they should be aspiring to in terms of just how they carry themselves, the professionalism, that bit of bite. I don't think you can ever not want that in your team, and from a player. So I think, he epitomises all those things.
He seems to be the sort of guy. I mean, obviously he leads by example on the pitch, but you know, he can show all the players a bit of tough love. He'll give them harsh words when they need it, and pick them up when they perhaps need picking up, that sort of thing.
Yeah, 100%, and I think he, like I said, I think he's got the utmost respect from not just now, but throughout his career in all the dressing rooms that he's been in. He's a player, and I've spoke about this. He's a player that when you look around in a dressing room and you're toe to toe with someone or side by side, he's definitely someone you'd want next to him. That's for sure, and that's definitely who I'd want next to me.
That's great. Good luck tomorrow, Jonathan, and have a good rest as well.
Cheers, thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody. We'll see the majority of you tomorrow.
Cheers, thank you.
Shopping, working, and relaxing online can attract various digital threats. To improve your protection against them, just turn on NordVPN. This cybersecurity app will block web trackers and malware-infected sites. It will also encrypt your internet traffic without losing a smooth connection. Get NordVPN now. NordVPN, cybersecurity built for every day.